This is about your body. Someone is telling everyone you look like a my dear child. If you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says Archangel Michael speaks with fire in his voice and sorrow in his heart because he has seen what is being whispered in the shadows about you. This is not a joke. This is not a passing warning. This is not something you can casually glance over and put aside for later. This is for you. This is about your body, about the temple that God Himself created with His own breath, and about the words that have been spoken behind your back that are trying to shape a false image of you. Someone is telling everyone you look like a distortion, a lie, something you are not, and heaven cannot stay silent about this any longer. God says He has heard every whisper. He has seen the secret conversations. He has listened to the careless laughter when people twisted the truth of who you are. They thought they could speak against your body, your appearance, your presence, and they believed no consequence would follow. But heaven has taken record, and Archangel Michael has been sent with urgency to tell you that the enemy has planted these words not because they are true but because he fears the power of your very existence. When God formed you, He did not make a mistake. Your body is not a mistake. Your presence is not a mistake. You appear on. This is not an accident. Every curve, every line, every feature is marked by divine design, and yet someone has set themselves against this truth to try and make you doubt the holiness of your own form. Michael says, listen carefully, child of God, because this is not a light thing. Someone is telling everyone that you look like something that strips away your dignity. They are projecting lies upon your body to make others see you through the lens of shame instead of glory, and God says this is why He comes so urgently. If you do not know what is being said, you will not know how to resist it, and if you do not resist it, it will attach itself to your spirit and make you carry a burden that was never yours. The spiritual realm is stirred up because the enemy has recognized the radiance you carry. He has recognized that your body itself is carrying light, that your presence shifts atmospheres, that your face and your being reflect the divine image, and so he has stirred up voices to say otherwise. God says they are telling everyone you look like what you are not, but He Himself is exposing this today. This is not simply gossip. This is a demonic strategy. Michael says the demons assigned against you understood that if they could twist how people see you, they could also twist how you see yourself, because if you begin to look into the mirror and hear their voices instead of God's, then you will doubt your beauty, your worth, your strength, your divine purpose, and when you doubt, you shrink. When you shrink, you hide. When you hide, you stop walking in the authority heaven gave you. This is the exact trap they are setting, and this is why Michael cries out urgently, open this message immediately, because it is for you, because it is about your body, because it is about lies being told, because it is about the shame they want to chain to you. God says no more. God says He is exposing this. God says every person who has spoken against your body is now being weighed in His scales. God says He did not give them permission to define His creation. They did not breathe life into you. They did not form you in the womb. They did not stitch your DNA strand by strand. He did. He alone has the right to speak over your appearance, and His word is final. His word is that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. His word is that you are made in His image. His word is that your body is His temple. His word is that your form is sacred, and His word cancels every lie being spread about you. But God also says do not ignore this, because Archangel Michael warns that if you shrug this off, if you allow yourself to stay blind to the schemes, then the enemy's words will not only damage how others see you, but they will begin to creep into your own heart, and this is the real danger, because once you believe them, you will act from that lie instead of from the truth. That is why Michael says this is not a joke. This is urgent. This is about your body. Someone is telling everyone you look like something you are not, and heaven is demanding you take authority back right now, child. God says He knows how many nights you have looked high into the mirror and doubted. He knows the pain of your comparisons. He knows the sting of overheard words, of feeling like others are silently judging what they see, and now to discover that people are openly speaking, telling everyone false things about your body. It cuts deeper, but he says, do not cry as if you are abandoned, for you are not alone. Michael stands at your side. The angels are encamped around you, and heaven itself is thundering to silence those voices. For every lie spoken, God is raising a louder truth. For every mocking word, God is releasing a declaration of glory over you. For every distorted image painted by others, God is revealing his true image in you. Michael says this is warfare. Understand that when the enemy cannot attack your destiny directly, he attacks the vessel carrying it, your body. If he can make you hate yourself, he can make you reject the very container of your calling. That is why someone has been stirred to spread lies. They are telling everyone you look like something less when in truth you low. Okay, like heaven's handiwork, you carry resemblance to your Father, and that resemblance terrifies the darkness. That is why the lies have multiplied. But God says, watch what happens next, because he is not only exposing the one speaking, he is also about to elevate you in such a way that the same mouths that lied will be forced to confess truth. He says the reason you are receiving this urgent word is because timing matters. If you delay, the damage spreads, but if you act now by rejecting the lie, by receiving his word, by standing in the truth of your divine creation, you will cut off the enemy's assignment at the root. This is why Michael is so insistent, why his warning is filled with both sorrow and power. He knows what is at stake. This isn't small, this isn't trivial. This isn't gossip to ignore. This is a spiritual attack disguised as careless talk, and it must be countered now. God says the counter-attack is not in your own strength. You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to chase down every voice. You don't have to prove yourself to those who chose to believe lies. All you need is to stand in his word, because when you align with heaven's declaration, no curse can cling to you. Say it out loud. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Say it again until it drowns out the whispers. Say it until the power of the lie breaks, because the truth is stronger, and when your spirit agrees with God, the enemy cannot penetrate. Michael says, take this seriously. Do not dismiss it. This is not a joke. This is about your body, your divine design, your temple. Someone is telling everyone you look like something you are not, but God is speaking louder today, and his voice is the final authority. You are his. You are beautiful, you are holy, you are radiant, you are his image on earth, and he will not let the lies prevail. God says he is not only protecting you from the damage of these words, he is also turning this attack into promotion. The very attempt to shame you will be the very stage upon which he glorifies you. The same mouths that mocked will be silenced when they see the favor upon you. The same voices that lied will be forced to acknowledge the undeniable light you carry, and you will know this moment was not for your destruction, but for your elevation. Michael says, open this message immediately. Do not set it aside. This is for you. This is about your body. This is about the word spoken against you, and this is about God's truth breaking through the lies. Heaven has intervened. Believe it, receive it, and walk in the freedom of knowing no weapon formed against your body, your image, your identity shall prosper. For God himself declares, today you are mine. You are beautiful. You are untouchable by their lies. Amen. Archangel Michael says this isn't a joke. This is not something you can delay or brush off. This is for you, and it is about your body, the temple that God himself created, the form that he carefully knit together in the secret place before you ever took your first breath. Someone has been speaking, someone has been spreading words about you, words that do not come from love, words that do not reflect the truth of how God sees you. They have been telling others lies about how you look, trying to shame you, trying to paint you with colors that were never yours, and God says, open this immediately, because heaven has a message for you that will restore your peace, heal your heart, and cover you with the truth that no voice of man or woman can erase. You have to understand your body is not random, your body is not flawed, your body is not a mistake. You are not less than, you are not ugly, you are not too much of this or too little of that. You are my masterpiece, says the Lord. I crafted you within tension with purpose with divine symmetry that the world cannot always see because the world looks with shallow eyes, but I your God look deeper. I see beauty where others only see flaws. I see light where others only speak shadows. And I say to you today, no matter what has been spoken, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Every curve, every feature, every strand of hair, every breath inside you is part of a design that reflects my glory. Archangel Michael is telling you now, do not fear the words that have been said. Do not let them take root in your spirit. Words are powerful, but my word is stronger than any lie spoken over you. What they have said about your body is not truth. It is projection. It is jealousy. It is brokenness spilling out of them. When people do not understand the light of someone chosen, they often try to dim it with gossip, but light cannot be dimmed. Your beauty cannot be erased. Your dignity cannot be stolen. You belong to heaven, and no tongue that rises against you will prosper. Michael says you have to hear this now, because if you delay, the lies will begin to weigh heavier than they should. Already you've felt the sting. Already you've wondered if maybe what they said is true. Already your mirror has seemed harsher because of their cruelty, but God says stop right there. Do not allow their words to become your inner voice. Do not rehearse their insults as though they were facts. They are not facts. They are poison, and I, the Lord your God, I am cleansing you of that poison right now. I am washing you with truth. I am reminding you of who you are. I am reminding you that your body is sacred. Your body is holy. Your body is not just flesh and bone, but the very dwelling place of my spirit. When they mock your body, they mock me, because I am the one who created you. When they point fingers at your image, they point fingers at my work, and I will not let that go unanswered. Justice belongs to me. Vindication is mine. The same mouths that mocked you will one day have to admit that you were chosen, that you were radiant, that you carried a beauty that came from heaven and not from man. But until then, listen carefully. Your worth is not measured in opinions. Your value is not measured in compliments or insults. Your reflection in the mirror is not limited to what you see with human eyes. You are layered with glory. You shine with light. You are adorned with dignity. Every scar, every mark, every perceived imperfection is not a curse. It is a story. It is a testimony. It is proof that you are alive and still standing. Heaven looks at you and rejoices. Angels see you and know you carry the breath of God inside you. You are not small. You are not unwanted. You are not a joke. You are not what they said. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. Michael is crying out with urgency. Your body deserves your love, not your hatred. Your body deserves your gratitude, not your shame. It has carried you through storms. It has survived battles. It has healed from wounds. It has held you when no one else did. Honor it, thank it, bless it. Do not curse it with your own words. The enemy wants you to believe you are less, so that you never rise to the place of power God ordained for you. But God says stand tall, lift your chin, look at yourself not through their eyes, but through mine. You are beautiful. You are radiant. You are strong. You are holy. You are loved. You are chosen. Your body is a gift. Your body is a temple. Your body is perfect in my eyes because it carries my image, and I do not make mistakes. Child, you have only one body in this lifetime. Care for it, protect it. Do not let others define it. Do not abuse it with comparison. Do not neglect it with shame. Instead, love it, clothe it with confidence, feed it with peace, rest it with prayer. Let it move in freedom. Every time you honor your body, you honor the one who created it. Every time you smile at yourself, heaven smiles back. The words spoken against you are attempts to plant insecurity. They are seeds of doubt meant to distract you from your divine assignment. If you waste your days worrying about how you look through their broken lenses, you will miss the greater mission for which you were born. But if you see yourself through God's eyes, if you reclaim the truth of your worth, you will rise, and their lies will crumble beneath the 8 of your confidence. Michael says you have been under attack because your presence carries authority. When you walk into a room, your light exposes shadows. When you speak, there is weight in your words. When you simply exist, you remind others of what they could be if they allowed God to heal them. That is why they try to mock you. That is why they speak about your body. They are trying to pull you down to a place of insecurity so you don't realize the power you hold, but heaven won't allow that. Not anymore. Today is your day of freedom. God says, I am sealing your body with my protection. I am wrapping you in a garment of praise. I am clothing you with strength and dignity. I am setting a hedge of fire around you that no insult can penetrate. Their words will scatter like ash in the wind, and you will rise above it all. You will look back and laugh, not in bitterness but in victory, because what was meant to destroy your confidence will only build your resilience. This is urgent, child. Do not delay. Take this message and let it soak into your spirit. Repeat it to yourself until you believe it. When you look in the mirror, speak life, not death. Say, I am beautiful, I am whole, I am chosen, my body is sacred, my body is strong, my body is loved, and heaven will echo those words back to you. Michael says this message was not sent randomly. It is your rescue, it is your reminder, it is your shield. God will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust Him and pray, even if your prayer is short. Even if it's just, God help me love myself, that is enough. He hears, He responds, He heals. Do not live under the shadow of lies. Step into the light of truth. You are not what they said. You are exactly what God says. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, chosen, anointed, beautiful beyond words, and no voice, no gossip, no rumor, no insult can ever erase that. God says, my child, Archangel Michael is speaking with a trembling voice, because this is not a joke. This is for you, and you must not ignore this, because it concerns your body, your dignity, your name, and the very temple I created when I breathed life into you. Michael says someone is telling everyone something about you. They are describing you in a way that is not of me. They are spreading words that are dangerous, mocking, humiliating, and they are trying to reduce you to something you are not. Michael says he has been sent to expose this, because heaven cannot remain silent when you are being shamed in secret. Someone is telling others that you look like something that you are not. They are comparing your sacred body to something unholy, something false, and I, the Lord, and watching how the whispers travel from mouth to mouth. My child, this is urgent, because reputation is fragile, and what you are is more than what their words can ever define. Your body is mine. I shaped it with intention, and I will not allow the lies of men or women to define what I have made. Michael says you need to open this message immediately, because if you delay, if you brush this aside, the words being spread will spread further and deeper and will attempt to bury you under their falsehood. The enemy is laughing as he watches the deception travel, but Michael is standing with his sword drawn, and he is saying, enough. I will not let them reduce what God has created into mockery. My child, you must trust this message, because it was hidden from you, but heaven is exposing it now. God says someone who once trusted is repeating things about your body, about your image, about your appearance. They are painting you as something you are not, and it is meant to break your spirit. But I, the Lord, did not give you a spirit of fear. I gave you a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. Do not cry thinking your worth has been shattered by what others say. Their words are empty compared to mine, but you must be aware, because the whispers are not harmless. Michael says they are speaking about you in secret gatherings, describing your body in ways that are not holy, mocking your appearance, laughing as if you were a story to be told. Michael saw this and fell to his knees before my throne, asking me why such dishonor was being permitted. I told him, go speak to my child, deliver the warning, and remind them that their body is holy, their life is chosen, and no word for man can erase what I have declared. That is why this message reached you now, not tomorrow, not later, But in this very moment, because time is critical, someone is telling everyone you look like something degrading and they are trying to make others believe it. But here is the truth you must hear: the enemy only attacks where there is glory. They attack your body because your body carries my presence. They attack your name because your name is destined for honor. They attack your image because your image carries a reflection of me. Do not be afraid, but do not be blind either. You needed to know that behind the smiles of some who claim to support you there are hidden words of betrayal. Michael is crying because he sees how this lie was designed to spread like wildfire, but he also knows that if you open your spirit now, the fire will turn against the one who lit it. My child, I need you to feel the weight of this. Someone is trying to make others believe you look like something ugly, something distorted, something laughable. They are describing your body as if it were not mine. They are comparing your sacred form to things that honor me, and people are beginning to repeat it because lies travel faster than truth when no one exposes them. That is why Michael shouted open immediately, because he knows that your silence would give strength to the deception. Do not give your silence to this. Do not let them laugh while you stay quiet thinking no one knows. Heaven knows, I know, Michael knows, and now you know. You must remember your body is a temple. Every curve, every line, every part of it was shaped with divine purpose. I did not make you for mockery. I made you for glory. I did not make you for comparison. I made you for uniqueness. What they are saying is not what I have spoken. My words are final, not theirs, but the pain you feel when others describe you falsely is real, and I do not ignore it. I count every tear, I hear every sigh. I know how heavy the shame feels when you think others are laughing. But listen, my child, their laughter will soon be silenced, because truth always has the final word. Truth, this is your freedom. Michael says he has been ordered to shield your body, to stand beside you when you feel eyes on you, when you feel judged, when you feel mocked. He says this is not just gossip. It is an attack on your destiny, because if they can make you feel ashamed of your body, they can distract you from the mission I gave you. If they can make you believe you are less than beautiful, they can make you hide when you were meant to shine. If they can make you doubt yourself, they can delay your blessings. That is why heaven is urgent. This is not a small thing. This is not something to laugh about. This is a serious attempt by the enemy to silence the light inside you. Michael says this is not a joke. This is for you, and it is about your body, because the body is the doorway to your confidence, and the enemy knows if he can break your confidence, he can weaken your voice. But I will not let that happen. I am raising you now with a shield of light. I am clothing you in glory. I am placing words in your mouth that will silence every liar. Those who said you look like something shameful will soon be exposed. They will not escape my justice. Archangel Michael says this isn't a joke. This is for you, and you need to open your heart and listen carefully. This is about your body, about your life, about your spirit that lives within the body. You sometimes criticize, sometimes compare, sometimes neglect, and sometimes feel ashamed of. Michael says someone has been speaking words about you. Someone has been telling others things about how you look, trying to shape false images in their minds, trying to cast shadows over the beauty that God Himself created in you. They are whispering, they are laughing, they are speaking things that wound. But heaven is saying to you right now, those words do not define you. They have no eternal power. They may sting in the moment, but they cannot hold you, because your body was fashioned by the hands of God, and every curve, every detail, every mark, every scar was designed with purpose. God says you are safe. Nothing will go wrong with you, because you belong to me. Do not fear the whispers. Do not fear the eyes of those who judge, because their words are nothing more than dust carried by the wind. I know how you look when you stand in the mirror. I know the things you secretly think about yourself. I know the moments where you feel unattractive, where you feel small, where you feel less than. I know how much their comments cut into you, how much their gossip burns like fire, how much you sometimes wish you could escape the skin you're in. But listen to me, my child. I made you in my image. Do you understand what that means? You carry the imprint of the divine. The reflection staring back at you is not a mistake, not an accident, not an afterthought. It is glory wrapped in human form. Archangel Michael says he has been assigned to protect your identity, to protect the truth of who you are against every lie being spread. He sees the people who have tried to attach labels to you. He sees the ones who talk about your body as if it were theirs to discuss. He sees the envy hidden behind their cruelty. They cannot understand why you carry such light in your eyes, why even when they try to tear you down you still stand, why even when they try to mock you there's a presence surrounding you they can't explain. That presence is God. That covering is holy. And Michael says no matter what they say they cannot touch the essence of who you are. God says trust me, pray to me. When the weight of those voices feels too much, when you lie awake replaying the things people said, when you scroll through the images in your mind and compare yourself to others, when you feel like hiding, I want you to remember this: I see you as perfect, not perfect by the world's shallow standard, but perfect in my design. I knit you together in the secret place. I chose the color of your eyes, the shape of your face, the strength in your bones. I painted your features with intention, and I placed my breath inside your lungs so that every time you inhale you carry a piece of eternity. How dare they try to reduce my creation to an insult? How dare they call ugly what I have called wonderful? Michael says he has wept watching you believe lies about yourself. He says he has stood in your room as you cried, and though you could not see him he placed his hand on your shoulder to remind you that you were not alone. He says you are worth more than the words of men, you are worth more than comparisons, you are worth more than the opinions of those who do not understand the sacredness of your existence. This is why heaven is shouting at you right now. This is urgent. This is not a small matter, because how you see yourself affects how you live, how you pray, how you believe, and God cannot let you stay chained to lies any longer. You are not what they say, you are not too much of this or too little of that, you are not defined by weight, shape, size, scars, or imperfections. You are divine workmanship, you are living art. Your body is a temple, not a temple of shame, not a temple of ridicule, but a holy dwelling place where the Spirit of God chooses to live. Do you realize how sacred that is? The Creator of the universe looked at you and said, this is where I want to make my home. How can anyone's shallow comments change the truth? They cannot, they never will. God says, I need you to stop believing the voices of people more than the voice of your Father. I need you to silence the accusations and turn your ear to me. When I look at you, I see light. When I look at you, I see strength. When I look at you, I see a survivor, someone who has walked through pain and still rises. Your body tells a story of endurance. Every stretch mark, every wrinkle, every scar is a line in the book of your victory. Do not hate it, honor it, for it has carried you through battles. It has kept you alive when you thought you couldn't go on. Your body is not your enemy, it is your companion, your gift. Archangel Michael says the time has come to cast out every dark spirit that has attached itself to your self-image, the spirit of comparison, the spirit of shame, the spirit of self-rejection. They are leaving you now. He says to declare over yourself, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Say it even if you don't feel it. Say it until your spirit believes it. Say it until the lies break, because words have power the same way their negative words wounded you. Your own words of truth will heal you. God says you will not be destroyed by gossip. You will not be reduced by ridicule. I am lifting you higher. I am clothing you in garments of beauty that no one can take off. Those who mocked you will one day be silenced. Those who judged you will one day see the radiance of my glory upon you and wonder how they could not see it before. Your transformation is already underway, not just in your spirit but in your body too. I am healing what is broken. I am strengthening what is weak. I am renewing your energy. You will feel the difference. You will see the difference. This is urgent because the enemy has been trying to convince you to hate yourself, and when you hate yourself you lose your strength to fight. You lose your confidence to pray boldly, you lose your ability to step fully into your destiny, but heaven will not let that happen. That is why I sent Michael. That is why these words are before you, to remind you you are not ugly, you are not less, you are not what they said, you are mine, my beloved, my masterpiece, my reflection. You must trust me now, trust me enough to release the pain those words caused, trust me enough to forgive those who mocked you because their cruelty came from their own emptiness. Trust me enough to stop comparing yourself to others, because comparison is theft. It steals joy, it steals peace, it steals the truth of who you are. Trust me enough to look in the mirror and see me staring back. You are not alone, you are safe. I will not let anything go wrong with you. I am restoring your confidence, I am restoring your dignity, I am giving you back the joy of being comfortable in your own skin. Your body is not a curse, it is a vessel of blessing. Take care of it, love it, honor it, because it is holy. You do not to change to be worthy of love. You already are loved deeply, completely, eternally. Michael says to remember this moment, to mark it as the turning point where you stopped believing lies and started walking in truth. He says heaven rejoices every time you choose to see yourself as God sees you. He says your beauty is radiant, not because of appearance but because of the light of God shining within you. That light can never be hidden, that light can never be stolen, and no gossip, no rumor, no insult can extinguish it. God says, I will be with you forever, I will hold you when you feel weak, I will whisper truth when the world shouts lies, I will remind you of who you are when you forget. Pray to me, talk to me when the voices come back, run to me. I am your shelter, I am your shield, I am your father, and I will never stop loving you. So rise, stand tall in the body I gave you, smile knowing heaven is proud of you, walk knowing Michael guards you, live knowing you are beautiful, valuable and chosen. This is your urgent message.